for our delegates for your patience. So as mentioned earlier, our session now is with Cell C, and we've got Sanet Shepperson, who's the head of procurement. So Sanet, please, you can take over the presentation.
Okay. Fantastic. Welcome, everybody. If I can just ask everybody that's on the call, how many people are we? Oh, we're quite a lot. So I wanted to get some introductions, but I see 26, it might take too long. But thank you for joining. So Cell C has been in the market since about 2002. We specialize in procurement. I specialize in the procurement, and I'm head of the procurement, the property, the occupational health and safety, the security. So actually all operational costs and management falls under me, as well as all the procurement. So all direct procurement and indirect procurement falls under me. Also, we do all the contract negotiations for the group. We also do all the actual purchase orders, also the audit, the RFPs, RFQs, RFXs, everything goes through my department. We've got a team of 120 people that actually works in the property and procurement function at the moment, so it is quite a large team. I'm very lucky as well that we've got about, I would say, 8 lawyers in our team that specifically just look at procurement agreements. And then we've got 2 CAs as well that actually looks at, the financial side of the financial side of all the transactions that we do as well, which is very important. So at the moment, Cell C is going through a lot of turmoil. The market has changed a lot, and you'll see that, for example, we're in the news quite often. The industry is quite tough, and even though COVID maybe you would think assisted us with a little bit more turnover, we're still, in a situation where our capital expenditure is just a little bit hectic for us as a small company to compete with an MTN or a Vodacom. But so that is where we are in the market at the moment. When it comes to how we actually do to get new suppliers and new people in, we actually try our best to use small, medium enterprises, QSEs, EMEs, Black women owned specifically, we will give preference. So when we actually go out on RFPs, it is normally closed RFPs. It means that my team would actually go and Google and look in the market and see, well, we want to get a new IT supplier. They will actually identify people, and then they will actually send RFQs out, or RFPs or RFXs out to the selected team or the selected people that we would like to engage. We do have heavy weightings for BEE. So again, we really do try and use EMEs and QSEs, but what we have found is that it's quite a challenge, especially when you look at networks, specific IT contracts, and things like that, that it is really a challenge to find the right suppliers. We are also very open for people to contact us at our head office and say, well, we've got a new solution or a new plan of what we would like to propose, or new suppliers. We are quite open to actually have meetings with them, but it is, like I say, it is quite a challenge. We also have, for example, from an IT perspective specifically, a lot of CapEx that is involved to actually, if you look at, for example, a billing system might cost us a billion rand, but 250 million of that might be CapEx investment. So once that investment is made, to actually change the vendor over a 5-year period is practically impossible, because you've actually invested a lot of money in the solution, and that is what we find is quite prohibitive, or a barrier to entry to other suppliers coming in. At the moment, we spend about 16 billion rand a year on procurement, but that's all direct and indirect procurement. So there is a great opportunity, okay, to try and move as much of the supply to more previously disadvantaged suppliers. I think in future, we'll even make the BE rating even heavier going forward, but especially for Black women-owned, 51% Black-owned QSCs and EMEs going forward. Okay, so that is it from specifically from a Cell C side. I think the biggest thing is to get into a place like Cell C, Vodacom, MTN, or any of the other suppliers or vendors, is to actually just to make contact, keep knocking at the door, okay, to get in. Another way is we've got, for example, innovation pitches, where we get people with new ideas, new solutions, as long as it's IT or ICT related, that people can actually come in and say, well, we've got a solution on how to do it better. Then people can come in and actually pitch and say, this is the solution that we've got. Please give us the opportunity. What we do then is we act as an incubator, and we will take the supplier in and say, well, you know, maybe we can give you 50,000 Rand, but how we will help you is you can come and sit in our offices, or you can work with our marketing team to make your solution better if it's a commercial solution, or you can work with the IT team if you need programming skills, things like that. So we do try and do something from that perspective as well. Also, we do support from payment terms type of situation as well. If it's EMEs, QSEs, new suppliers, low turnover suppliers, we will try and do 7-day payment terms or 30-day payment terms to not to be too hard or too tough on the suppliers itself. But you need to understand, if you're representing somebody that has got a 500 million Rand or a billion Rand turnover, that we will be tough on you to say you need to give us 30 days from statements or 60 days from statement, and things like that. I think the biggest thing as well is, if I can just speak to RFXs and processes and things like that, if you do get invited to an RFX or an RFP, if you're not sure, ask for clarification, ask for a meeting. Okay, you should normally get that from us. You know, also, if you don't have all the answers, fill in what you can. Don't just not do it, you know. Or even also, don't worry about fancy presentations and fancy things like that. Put your own, even if it's handwritten, you know, that type of thing, very, very important to do, you know, to do something like that. Don't give up, okay? Keep on knocking at the doors. People actually in South Africa, I think, really would love to give you the opportunity. Okay, I see I've got Leo from Blink Digital Technologies. Leo, have you got a question?
Hi, Sanet. I've got a question. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to type it out and I got cut off.
Now it's easier to just ask.
Okay, no problem. So I work with a company called Blink Digital Technologies. We've recently come into a license with an AI-powered platform for website creation.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got licensing rights for Africa. And what I was trying to ask is if you guys actually have any type of relationships with those type of platforms. So we aimed at helping SMEs have a digital presence through an easy platform where they can actually build for themselves, or they can hire designers at a very low rate to actually help set up their sites, whether it's e-commerce options or just a standard business website.
Okay. Look, we've our own specific website. We actually have internal people that build it for us. I think at the moment, the suppliers that we use as support is called Tata or TCS, and we pay the developers a certain amount. I think if you would like to launch it as a business, the difference is to actually come into the innovation pitch and, you know, and come and show what you're doing and saying, well, we need extra support for extra programmers, or we need, you know, something else to assist to actually launch your business. Yeah, so definitely the website itself, to my understanding, most of it is done in-house through our digital team. They might use somebody externally. You can drop me an email and I will forward it on if you would like to see if there's not an opportunity. I'm just going to put my email address on the chat.
Okay.
.co.za. Okay, so anybody that thinks you might be able to supply us with something, please feel free to email your pitch or your solution or your slide deck to my email address. Look, I can't promise you anything, but I will be able to put it into I could forward it to the correct person or the correct department. You just need to understand, like even with the website, you know, there's probably a contract in place. You know, we've got extra convenience and things like that. But again, if there's significant investment already made into something with a certain supplier, to change it is not that easy. However, every 3 years or so, or, you know, these things do come to an end and we do go out to tenders. So from a category management perspective, we do look at the different areas and we tender it every like 2 or 3 years to ensure that we do get the best prices or the best solutions or the best opportunities for Cell C. What we also look at certain levers to ensure that we get the best pricing or the best solutions for Cell C. So we'll look at scope changes as well. Sometimes if I can have a look, for example, our fleet, I'm responsible for the fleet of Cell C as well. In the beginning, for example, we used Toyotas, but then we had a lot of hijackings in certain areas. So we would then change to, for example, Nissans, just because, you know, they're not as
sought after.
Yeah, you know why? The problem is the spares. If you buy, for example, if you hijack a Toyota Fortuner, those spares can work on Toyota Hiluxes, and Hiluxes can work on the taxis and stuff like that. So it's just that the practicality makes them very small. And that is exactly that. So we change sometimes because of necessity, or from a scope perspective, you know, do we need 2-ply toilet paper? Do we use 1-ply toilet paper? You know, that type of thing. So we do scope changes, and then of course we try and consolidate things, or break things out, or do different things to see if we can't get better pricing. But definitely it's a continuous process that we actually look through and see, let's go out to tender, let's try this, let's try that. Okay. So recruitment services, again, at the moment, our HR department is the right person to speak to, but if you send me your pitch, we actually pay a certain percentage on junior staff, mid-level staff, senior staff. So there's like a table that we actually use, and just send me through the pitch and I will send it through. But what I'll do as well is I'll send you the breakdown of what we are actually paying at the moment. So you can see if it's true or not. Yeah. But again, unfortunately, we're going through quite a big 189 process at the moment. So we're retrenching quite a lot of staff. So from a recruitment perspective, I think maybe in the new year there might be opportunities again, but not necessarily right now. But again, we've got a table for that, and I can share that. Just drop me an email, and I'll send you the table what our recruitment team uses to actually recruit. Any other questions from your side? From the team around the table? There must be other suppliers that can maybe supply Cell C.
So far, we don't have any questions, but Sanet, maybe from my end,
Yes.
maybe you can just let us know what your top 3 spend areas where you're targeting Black-owned businesses are.
Again, it depends on what we find. Okay, look, there's always opportunity in IT. There's definitely massive, if it's the right solutions. But again, you know, we're looking for innovative stuff. You know, the normal programming companies and things like that, the flat rate, I think we pay 450 Rand an hour for programming at the moment. It's just that is what we pay. So lots of times people are like, well, this is not quite what we're looking for. But remember, it's a certain skill level that we use. So somebody might be at a higher skill level and expect 900 Rand an hour. That is not what we're doing at the moment. So again, it depends on the solution. And again, please send me your details and I'll send it through to IT to have a look. You know, from a commercial perspective, from printing perspective, you know, there is opportunities. You know, we use, you know, from stationery. Yeah, unfortunately, at the moment, like I said, Cell C is going through such a lot of flux. Things are changing. I mean, I'm responsible for all the leases as well, all the stores and things like that. And again, everything is being relooked. You know, do we need a footprint of 200, 300, 400 stores? We don't think so anymore. After COVID, we saw that a lot of things are going digital. So, you know, there's a lot of changes coming. Okay, I thought maybe there's a question.
I don't think. Suspend too.
Hey, Sanet, you're speaking to Charlotte. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Charlotte.
Okay, you're speaking to Charlotte from Niche Integrated Solution. It's an ICT company, woman, Black-owned, level 1. We have a BE level 1. We do services, ICT services. We do networking and all that.
Yes, yes.
So my question is, I wanted to know, do you fund SMMEs like us, the Black-owned small companies? Do you have fundings for us? And if you do have fundings, what is it that we should submit, or what are the requirements?
Okay, if you have a look on our Cell C website, you'll see there's an innovation pitch. They will give funding, but again, it depends on what is required. And it's not that I can promise funding, for example, to you or your company personally. There's a pitch that happens once a month. Okay, then people come in and you can come and represent your company, and you can say you would like to grow your company by 3 people next year. You're looking for 100,000 Rand, okay, for a salary for those 3 people, for example, for the year. And you need them because you are going to expand your business in this and this and this manner, okay? And can you please put, and you can ask, for example, can I give you all our suppliers lists that you can contact them and see if you can supply into them, for example. So there is opportunities like that, but you must understand we do get about 10 people pitching every month for funds. So again, it needs to, and remember, we don't give grants, we give no interest loans. You know, it's like a 5-year loan with no interest. Okay, so we do give money like that. And then we'll also try and see if we can't absorb you into our supply chain as well. To say, well, we are looking for cabling, or we're looking for XYZ, can you do that? And again, then we'll give you, you must just be competitive. You don't have to be the cheapest in the market, but you need to be competitive to get the business.
Oh, okay, Sanet, thank you for the information. I'm definitely gonna send also our profile, because we're looking to be your partner in providing you our services also.
Okay, I see there's a question, marketing agencies. Okay. Again, you can send company profiles directly to by email address, and I will send it on to marketing. I think at the moment, the company that we've got is Joe Public. Okay, is the company at the moment that is doing some of our marketing. I'm not saying they're doing all of it. Again, there is opportunity, like especially like segmentation. We've got store segmentation, customer segmentation, you know, ads, all sorts of things, and we've got quite a decent marketing spend. Again, you can send it to my email address, and I will send it on to the correct people in marketing. Again, I think it is quite a challenge for smaller companies to compete with these big suppliers. But again, believe me, every single RFX coming past my desk, I'm like, please, we're looking for EME and QSE, because we already maxed out on our level 1 certification. You know, we need people that are EME, QSE, Black women owned, and Black owned. It's the only suppliers that we are looking for, actually. We don't need another level 1 supplier that is not a QSE, EME, that is not Black owned, that is not Black women owned. We don't need them anymore. Okay. I hope I've answered the marketing agency one. Definitely there's a big spend, and there is opportunities. We do not advertise our RFQs. It is a closed RFQ process. So what we normally do is and it's like not me personally, I've got a very big team. They would go and say, well, we are looking for a marketing agency that we can put on retainer for our ads. And we'll ask the internal customer for like 5 names, and then we'll also go out into the market and see, you know, who's who, and actually select suppliers, okay, like that, and then we will go out to them. So unfortunately, there's maybe hundreds of marketing agencies. We won't necessarily, you know, get to every single one. So the best is, like I say, knock on our door, and keep on knocking. You know, like the marketing person, make contact every 6 months. Do not stop making contact with me, okay? Because you must understand that we spend 16 billion Rand. It's massive, massive volumes that come through. So we might only look at marketing in the beginning of next year. So now you send your profile through, I will send it through to marketing, and I will send it through to the person in my team that's responsible for marketing as well. But send it through again in 6 months. Don't give up. Just keep on hammering at it. And not just with me, with all large vendors. Now go to Absa, go to FNB, go to Vodacom, and carry on, you know, because if the more hooks you throw out at some stage, you're going to catch a fish. Okay, yeah, Pumzile, you've got my answer. Any other questions?
Sanet, it doesn't look like we've got any more questions.
Okay. Yes, what other people have I got online, guys? Who you, if I can go around the table, who you representing, or what products are you representing? If we can go down the list, and I will tell you if there's opportunity with us possibly.
Okay,
there's-
maybe I
yeah.
can just help you out with that process.
Okay.
So we'll start. Okay, Sikiswa has already said that she's in recruitment, so you've addressed
Okay.
that already.
Yes.
Maybe Dim Deka, please just unmute yourself and just let us know what your company does.
Good morning.
Hi, Dee.
We are into marketing, digital marketing. So
Okay.
we also focus on the traditional marketing. So we do both.
Okay, 100%. Like I
Above
said,
the line and below the line.
okay, look, we do a lot. Okay, like billboards. I'm sure you guys have seen, from billboards to
Yes.
TV ads to
Yes.
bunting to informal marketing. I think there's a lot of opportunity possibly in informal marketing as well.
Okay.
So definitely there is opportunity. Please send through your pitch, and I'll send it on to
Okay, I'll
marketing.
forward our profile. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, 100%. Thank you, Dee.
The next one is Etienne. Etienne, please just unmute and briefly introduce yourself.
Good morning, Nyasha, and good morning, I think it's Sanet.
Yeah, Mr. Hansby, nice meeting you.
Same, yeah. We are a procurement consultancy. So we've been operating for about 3 years. We specialize in procurement transformation and the IT solutions that go with those things. So
Okay.
in a nutshell, that's really what we do.
Okay.
So we've done work for on the continent. We've done work in Ghana, in
Lekker.
Mauritius, and
Lovely.
we've done work for a few middle-sized companies in South Africa.
Yes.
But that's basically what we do. In a nutshell, we focus on
Okay.
anything that's procurement. That's our business.
Okay. Send through your company profile as well. If ever there is something like that, most definitely we can look at it as well. I think we had some work done with one of the big three, with PwC. Did an audit on us, and we use Oracle for all our procurement functions. From the not that we've battled a little bit with the RFP processes or the RFXs through Oracle, but I think it's more from because our team is not used to it. It's sometimes quite difficult to implement it. It's like it feels not fast enough. Yeah, and we've had, like I said, orders from Deloitte and from Bowman's, just because of the volume and the spend and all of that. But definitely send me the thing through. You never know. Okay.
Will do.
And I wish
Thank
I
you very
could
much.
go to Mauritius and do some consultancy in Mauritius. I think you're a very lucky person.
No, it was work, no holidays, no fun.
Yeah. Okay.
It was
100%.
office hotel, the whole, but it took us about three weeks.
Okay. 100%. Thank you,
No
Etienne. Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you. And the next one is Gladys Nyati.
Hi, Gladys.
Hi everyone. I'm just a representative from Sasfin Bank. So we stayed on the line after Zama. We're also just looking at what's available. So I'm from the company, not the other side.
Yeah, okay. Look, from Sasfin, from the banking perspective, we do go out and tender as well, but that probably every like 3-4 years only, to have a look what opportunities. I think the biggest spend we've got is in NIDOs. The debit orders things and debit order verification and stuff like that. That is normally where the most money for us sit. But definitely there is, but it's only every few years. And I don't think it'll be in the next year that we would actually change banking.
Okay,
Thanks, Gladys.
Okay, we've got another Gladys Ngube.
Okay. Gladys?
Hello, how are you?
Hi, very well, and you, ma'am?
Fine, thanks.
So what do you represent? What do you guys do?
Okay, we're a logistic company. We do cross-border and national from 1 ton to 34 ton.
Okay.
We do custom clearing as well.
Okay.
We transport goods as far as Tanzania, DRC.
Okay.
We cover most of SADC countries.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Look, at the moment, most of our stuff that we do is flown in. Okay. If we do anything, it's from Huawei, that actually handset specifically. We're not building networks at the moment, so we're not shipping in any microwaves and things like that. antennas and what have you. So it's only handsets that get flown in, but and the rest of the stuff is local. Like even Samsung and those type of handsets, it's all DDP. So delivered duty paid into my warehouse. Actually, everything is that now. So I don't do any clearing or anything myself anymore. Everything is to my warehouse. Sorry.
Okay. But we do
Okay.
courier as well.
Is it? At the moment, we do multi-courier. You can send me a pitch about that. We use different couriers. The only thing is the cost of integration into our systems is quite significant. But again, there might be opportunity. I think that was the only barrier to entry to do business with us, but we do not have an exclusive agreement with anybody regarding couriers. Okay. I think the spend on couriers is probably about 4 million Rand a month, but it's split up between various departments, various couriers, depending on who's the most competitive on what during what period.
Okay. Will I get email for me to send our profile?
You can send me, I've got my email addresses on the chat. You can see it's sshepperson at cellc.co.za. Just send me your profile. I'll send it on to the warehouse manager.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thanks. We'll just take a few more.
Yeah.
So Hoitze, please can you just unmute and tell us more about your company? Okay,
Hello.
looks like we lost Hoitze. Maybe we can move on to, Hoitze, we can't hear you. Maybe you can just type in the chat. Okay, whilst we're waiting for Hoitze to type, maybe we can move on to Kinilwe. Please just unmute yourself and. Okay, she had typed already in the chat. So she says, hi, Sanet, I'm Kinilwe Motown, project administrator.
Oh, wow.
For projects,
Okay.
structural, steel fabrication, installations, pipes, chutes,
I got it.
and cones.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's a very interesting supplier. Look, at the moment, unfortunately, we don't. In the past, if it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I would say definitely there might have been opportunities for building towers, cell phone towers, but at the moment we don't use anything of your solution. Apologies for that.
Okay, thank you so much, Kenilwe, and thank you so much, Sanet. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, anytime. Please send me an email with your solution or your pitch or your company profile, and I'll see what I can do. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Have a
good. Bye-bye. Bye.
Okay, so the next session will be, so we're going to start now, and our host for that session is Albert Baloyi. He's the procurement administrator at KPMG. Unfortunately, his camera is not working, but he will be able to just tell us more about their procurement processes. So Albert, please, if you can just unmute yourself and you can start on the presentation.